Hi, my name is Master Set today, and we want to be looking at very simple topic today. We are looking separation techniques. Separation techniques. What do we mean by separation techniques? A separation techniques are the method used to divide a mixture into their individual components. What do we mean by that? A mixture, there are some substances that combine together that form a particular substance. And how can we divide what the thing that form that thing? How can we divide it? And we have several methods of using, and how can we separate these substance in a different ways. Number one, we have first filtration, we have evaporation, we have different evaporation, we have distillation, we have fractional distillation, we have magnetization, we have chromatography, we have certification, we have decantation, we have crystallization, and we have sublimation. We'll be looking at this one after the other that we can really understand what these really mean one after the other. And please make sure, if you are watching this video, please make sure you click like and comment for everything that you don't really understand. And let us begin with number one. Number one is filtration. What do we mean by filtration? And filtration is a separate a solid from liquid by passing through a mixture through the filter. What do we mean by that? And by giving us the pictures that we can really understand the meaning of filter and others like that, we can really know it. Let us begin. Yes. When you see this, it is a mixture of liquid and solid. Like when you have sand and water, let us assume that the sand and water is here. This is filter. The filter is like a filter paper. You put it here, and on top of the funnel. Now you pour the sand and water. You pour it inside on top of the what of the funnel. Now when you put it, now what will happen? This is what happened here. You can really understand. Look at it. The residual, a solid particles trapped by the filter paper is now a solid particles is being on top of the paper. And what happened to the water? The water dropped into the filtrate, which is the one that is down, and this one is the sand is on top of the funnel, and this is bigger, the solid is in it. That's how we can separate the solid from the liquid. And they call it solid means immiscible solid from the what? From the liquid. Now let us move to the next one that we can really know what we are doing. Just move to the next one, call it. Now let us look at the example. Which sand I've mentioned it, you can read it further by yourself. Now evaporation. What do you mean by evaporation? Evaporation is a very interesting. It is a use of separating a dissolved solid from a liquid. Dissolved solid from a liquid. Now let us look at it. Let us look at this. This is what we call evaporation. When you boil the water, and as you boil the water will be evaporating. Now, example, when you boil a sand and a water, they are combining together, and you want your sand or example, a salt and a water. You mix the water together and they have mixed with the salt. How can you get your salt back? And without water, you evaporate it, you put it down, and you put it inside the baker, and you put it in it, and the water will evaporate. It will now remain the what? It will remain the salt. It's only this way that we can really do that. No, we can even. Do you know that the sea is doing that? Because sea, now when you see a water, the water is evaporating to the sky. It's evaporating. That's the method. Are you getting me now? That's it. Anything that you don't want water and you want that solid, you use the method of evaporation. Now let us move to the next one. Destination. Destinations separate a substance based on the boiling point. Now, this one separates based on the what? On the particular boiling point. Let us look at it. Now look at this. We have steam, we have salt plus water. Now this salt plus water, we want to get our water back. Now remember, evaporation, we don't get the liquid back, the water back. The water evaporates. Only the solid we can get. But here, how to get a water back, the liquid, to get it back, we use the method of distillation. Now this one is only to get only one liquid. Now salt plus water, look at it. We heat it through this. When we heat it, the Bunsen burner and the destination flask. Now, when you heat it, it will go through the destination flask, go like this, and go like this. The water, as you are boiling, the water will turn to steam, and it pass through the destination flask and go to this place. And when it go to this place, it will now turn. This one will condense it back to the water, and the water, there is a hole here, and will be dropping to the receiving flask. Call this one receiving flask. You see now, we are combination of salt and water to regain your water back. That's why we use this method. Do you really understand? Let's move to the next one. Move to the next one by this is called fractional distillation. A fractional distillation separates a mixture of liquid with close boiling point using the fractional column. This is the what? Using it. Let us, in our oil gases, we can use fractional distillation. All this one we can use fractional distillation for separating a closing boiling point. Look at it now. Fuel have its own 370 degrees Celsius. Now 300 degrees Celsius. Diesel. We have kerosene. All these have its own boiling point. When they reach the boiling point, the first one that will first evaporate is the one that is what? Like 20 Celsius. After that, 150 Celsius. After that, 250 Celsius. After that, 300 degrees Celsius. After that, 370 degrees Celsius. That's why they will be evaporating. This one can evaporate more liquid and closing boiling point. This one, they are closing boiling point. This is fractional distillation, the method separating of fuel or crude oil. That's one of the method. Now let us move to the next one. We are moving to the next one, which is called magnetization. Everybody know this one. One example, when you have your garri, and whether there is a iron enter your garri, a lot of iron, put the magnet inside, you will attract all the iron inside. That's, you have separate garri from the iron. That's very simple. Let me just show you. Do you see? This is garri, and this is iron inside the garri. As you put the magnet inside the garri, we attract the iron. That's how the way it is. Now let us move to the next one. Next one is chromatography. Now, what is the chromatography? The chromatography is a separation substance based on their movement through a medium. Let us see. Can you see now? It's the separation of different color, different layers. Let me show you another one. You see, the thickness of the color are different. That's why you can use chromatography. Let's move to the next one. The next one is certification. This certification is to separate a size of a liquid. This liquid are tiny. Let me show you. It's a machine. This machine, it will rotate. It will be rotating. Now there is a particle here, and the particle mix with the solid and liquid. Like example, when you have a shock and a water, you mix this together, and you want to separate that shock with water. You put it inside this machine, and the machine certificates of machine. The machine will rotate and rotate. When it rotates, it will separate. Let us assume that when you have put it inside the machine, you put the shock and this water together is this one. When it is rotate. Now, after that, you will now form this. The water is on top, and the solid is what? It's packed together. You see now you have separated the shock from the water. That's how the way they certificate use. We can use it in our industry, out, and so on and so forth. Now let us move to the next one. We are going to the next one, which is called decantation. Decantation separates a liquid from the solid by carefully pour the liquid from the top. Decantation. Now, decantation. This is immiscible liquid, like a petrol with water. It can't mix the petrol and the water. The petrol will stay on top, the water will stay at the down. When you can pour it gently, the petrol will now remain the water. That's what the method of using that. We use what? We use decantation. This is the method. We have a lot decantation. That's it. You can see this one too. You can see this. You can see this one too. this method of this decantation. Pour this one, you can see it, and you pour this on top of this, you pour inside this one. That's what we call decantation. Then move to the next one. The next one is called crystallization. Crystallization. What is crystallization? A crystallization separates a dissolved solid by forming crystal. What do you mean by that? An example. If you want to do the experiment, put a salt with water, or a sugar with water. You mix it together thoroughly. Even you put it on top of the heat, and both of them mix together. As it's mixed together, you can have a thread. Now, when you have already put the thread, you have already mixed the sugar and the water together. Put it inside the container. And when you put it inside the container, find a thread. That is a thread, tie it and put it inside the what? Inside the water, the solution. The solution means that the sugar and the water, put it inside. Leave it for a day or 3 days, and come back. When you come back, you discover that the sugar will attract the thread. The water will not attract the thread. The sugar will attract the thread. That's the way you can separate the what? A solid, a liquid, a solvent, and a solute, which is a solute is the thing that can dissolve from the what? From the solvent. You understand now? Now that's the method of doing that. Let us go to the last one. Now, the last one is called sublimation. Sublimation. This method is very simple as it. Sublimation. When we talk about the sublimation, it's very simple. It's not hard. Sublimation. Now, sublimation. Let's all look at how the way it is work. Look at this, clear sublimation. A sublimation, look at this. A sublimation. Let us look at a sublimation. Sublimation is a separate substance that turns directly from solid to gas. From solid to gas without passing through the liquid. Just take the solid to gas. Another example is camphor. Camphor that you normally put in your clothes. The one that is smelling. It will turn from what? From solid to gas. When it met, when you example now, look at this one now. This is a solid. I'm talking about this. This is a solid. Immediately when you eat it, it will turn to what? To gas. The gas is a gas. It will turn to gas. The gas will pass through this place without passing through the liquid. And the method is that they call the method. That's what we are looking. That's the method we are looking. And the method is called sublimation. Sublimation is a separation substance that turns directly from solid to gas when heated. And the example is there. And see me in the next class. God bless you. And please make sure you go to your CBT and down. Make sure you click the CBT and answer the question. God bless you. See you in the next class. My name is still the same, Master Seth.